Got it? Okay. Islam. Atubio Amano. Just want to broaden your scope of thinking today. Broaden your mental capacity of a live human being that you would be on this earth, or in this land, or on this continent, not just here but around the world. We're going to start with let's see, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Article 3. Everyone has the right to life, liberty, and security of person. Article 8. Everyone has the right to effective remedy by the competent national tribunals for acts of violence, the fundamental rights guaranteed him by the Constitution or by law. Article 26, Section 3. Parents have a prior right to the kind of education that shall be given to their children. Article 28. Everyone is entitled to a social and international order in which the rights and freedoms set forth in this declaration can be fully realized. I'm going to continue on with this article. Part 1, Article 5. Every indigenous individual has a right to a nationality. Indigenous people have the collective right to live in peace, freedom, security as distinct people, and to full guarantee against genocide or any other act of violence, including the removal of indigenous children from their families, communities, under the pretext without your nationality in place. These articles do not apply to you, nor does national law applies to you, or international law applies to you. Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Let's continue. Let's talk about international law. Rights of a child. Everyone has a right to a nationality, and no one is deprived or can be deprived from obtaining their nationality. Or obtain the right to change their nationality. Article 15, 1 and 2. The Declaration of the Rights to the Child. Every child has a right to a name and nationality, but they never explain this to you from where? The pulpit or schools. Your identification sets up your status in society. Your slavery is now contracts on paper. So the reason that I'm bringing this to you is to broaden your mind about law and international law, not to be just subjected to corporate America. Corporate America has got you inside of a box, inside of a circle. And the reason they've been able to do this is because you don't have a nationality. Black, however, is a description, not a nationality. Negro, African American, Black Indian, Christian, slave labor. Your Christian property. So if you run around here claiming to be a Christian and you accept that, when you get to the international court and you tell them that you're a Christian and you look like this, dark-skinned with broad nose, full lips, woolly colored hair, you tell them that you're a Christian. And when they look back into history and they know who the Christians are, they know that's not you. So, in essence, what you need to do is find out what is your identity, your identification, your estate. Now, the European has stolen this from you through wars. Through the wars since the time of the so-called Jesus. Since this time, we've been in wars with the European. He was then called the Red Man, then he called himself Christian, and now from 1854 through the Ku Klux Klan of these oaths, they now call themselves, when they came into power, white. White is claiming sovereignty to the land, and as long as you call yourself black and status, you have no right. They have and what they call acquiescence of law over you because you're incompetent. So that's like you're a child, you're incompetent, you're a minority mentally, so we're going to take control of everything because you're incompetent. You're not suitable to run government or in law. That's why Noble Drew Ali said to you, come all you Asiatic and hear the truth about your nationality and birthright. Your nationality and birthright to bring you back to the constitutional fold of government. And as long as you don't want to go and study this and learn this, you're going to always be somebody's property. And then by you doing it, you're giving your children to corporate America, and they're taking your children and making them property, Christian property, the Negro, the Black, the color, African American, the Smith, the Jones, Johnson, the Paul, the Brown, the Green, the Black. You're slaves, corporate slaves, with corporate America. There's two Americas. The Europeans who have invaded this land are not Americans. They're Europeans. Stop calling them American. Stop calling them white. You give them sovereignty over you. The Caucasian, the European, in law, is not a free white man. He's not a free white man. He cannot be a free white man here on this continent and these Americas. He's a foreigner. He's an invader. That's who he is. He's an imposter, claiming to be American. He's not American. So stop calling him American. Stop calling him white. And stop saying that this is his land. This is not his land. He's an invader. You understand me? So what you need to do is claim your nationality. Claim your land. Claim your birthright. And you can do this. Just go to the Moorish Science Temple of America and learn what your ancient forefathers were. Learn what their bloodline pedigree name is, their bloodline inheritance are. Learn who they is. Then you can learn who you are. And so you can teach it to your children. So your children won't be slaves. Without nationality, you cannot own nothing. Even if it's the so-called the black-owned business, you can only own. You have that business. When you get too big or you making too much money, he comes and he take it from you. Or he's telling you ain't paying enough taxes on that, whatever it is that you're paying on. If you get this business, if you claim your nationality as a Moorish American, you don't pay no taxes. In fact, when you get into a house, you claim your nationality, you claim your birthright, you claim your name. You don't have to pay no money nowhere. The international courts know this. The federal courts know this. But if you take it to corporate America's court, which is not a real court, it's a horrible court. Yeah, these are criminals. They're organized criminals. So you can't take the criminal to the criminal, or you're gonna lose every time. So the brown and black and the so-called Mexican calling himself brown, he don't care because he has a nationality. You understand me? That's why they own a whole lot of stuff. Getting moving in everybody's neighborhood, owning businesses. Why you don't own nothing? They claim your nationality, claim your sovereignty, claim your birthright, not just for yourself but for your children. Give your children a chance and broaden not only your scope of mind but their scope of mind, and enlighten them into the education of who they are. Not they didn't come up off no slave boat. And if you would read the Peace Treaty of 1787, then you would know that you are here in your own land. Read it. You go back to the wars since the time of Jesus with the Romans, all the way to 1732, but the wars over there by France, all the way to the 1776 war. All these wars has to do with bringing the Moors out of power and letting these Europeans come into power. That's all it is. That's why they burn books, burn libraries, and then gave you a false education. After they murdered off all your mothers and fathers and raised the children up as slaves, bringing them from the East Coast to the West Coast, from the North to the South, and vice versa. This is why you don't know nothing. You've been disassociated from your ancient forefathers. That's what it is. So in order to bring you back into the country, you need to go back and re-educate your mind. Don't leave it to the preacher's hands. He don't teach you nothing. He's not for you. Only thing he wants is for you to bring in money with paying tithes. That's all he's thinking about. And giving you a belief system that you're going to continue to die. So you want the children to die and get dying and going somewhere. You got to get knowledge in order to get it done. Get the only way you're going to get it done. Atu Ilamano, Asef Law and Master, Islamism. I'm out.